In life, as a living organism, you're bound to have emotions. Emotions physically, spiritually, and emotionally. And some of the choices we make while we carry out these emotions can either turn out bad or good. If you're just joining this program, my name is simply Stella and I am your Queen of Talk, and this is Tango with Esther. We get love spawned, which is inevitable as a human being. We get to meet people who would have one kind of relationship with intimate relationship. Let me just make it clear. And that is what has inspired today's topic. Recently, a very terrible news broke out about a 31-year-old guy who murdered his lover, a 48-year-old woman, Tobechukwu, 31, and Ijeoma, 48. Apparently, allegedly, they met on Facebook in the year 2020 and the relationship started and they started living together. You know what love does? It makes you go crazy, right? She bought him a car, a Highlander, and in the course of the relationship, I think about a few months before she was killed, he sold the car. From what he said, it was in the course of the argument that she took out a pistol, and the long story short is that he used the pistol on her and she died. Then he went away with her car, changed the documents of the car. I'd just like us to listen to a contributor on this issue in the person of Ikwo Iswa. Let's just have her thoughts.
It's really an unfortunate situation that someone that she was in love with killed her. So unfortunate. There's nothing wrong dating a younger guy. There's nothing wrong there. Because this has to do with the issue of the heart. Like the famous musician Rihanna sang, "We find love in hopeless places." There's nothing wrong there. It was so unfortunate that the person she was in love with was not in love with her. It was so obvious. I was surprised she couldn't even see the red flags. Yeah, I said flags because I saw so many things inside the write-up, as in the story. Number one, a 31-year-old guy not doing anything was going out with her. Definitely, she's financially stable. Let me put it that way. If this guy is a focused guy, a guy that is hardworking, he has this hustling spirit, he would have told her, "Please, I want to do this and this, help me and all that, financially and all that." But it was just there. And she bought him a car. I don't even understand the whole thing.
She actually bought him a car.
She did again was allowing him to come and stay with her. She shouldn't have. It would have just been, we'll see each other, anywhere we'll see, we meet and all that. She shouldn't have allowed him to come and live with her. That's one of the issue, one of the flags, I mean to say. It's quite unfortunate. So unfortunate that she's no more.
The very sad one. All right, so we've listened to Ikwo, and while she was talking, she said something about red flags. You know, sometimes when we're in love, we tend to overlook a lot of things. She must have seen those red flags. I totally agree with her. You know, when love happens, you see that when it's going well, we are the ones who will say all the O's and R's and all of that. Then when it goes sour, you know, love fades, it dissipates, you know. When it does happen like that, we're the same people who will say, why did she do this? Why didn't she see the red flags and all of that? The truth is, like they say, love is blind. But she mentioned another thing, that she shouldn't have taken the guy into her home. For crying out loud, I don't know why in this part of our world when people are in a relationship like that, I know the age thing is what they will say because he's young and all of that. It may not work for you. You may not find it interesting as a person on your own. Is your own take on the kind of relationship you want. I wouldn't want to blame her that she took in a younger person. But before I make my own contribution as per if it was right for her to have taken the guy in, or if it was okay for her to have started a relationship on Facebook. We've heard stories about people who met on Facebook and other social media platforms, and they're doing so well today. So let's not just count the ills alone. Let's remember the good ones. Before I move on, let's listen to another contributor in the person of Kehinde Ojo, and then let's have his thoughts on what he has to say concerning this issue.
I have looked at the issue clearly.
Yeah.
And what I discovered is, number one, the two people were not able to understand the meaning of being single, first of all. You see, in this part of the world, and maybe some other part of the world, by extension, we see singleness as loneliness, which actually is not the truth. The single period in our lives, as created by God, as designed by the Almighty, is a period for us to discover ourselves properly, to get focused, and know what our purpose in life is before we get together into a relationship that can be called marriage or whatever both of them were doing. So I would submit here that in the first place, neither of them discovered themselves before they got together. And that was what caused the fracas they had that led to that incident that took the life of that woman.
Yes, before you go on, Kenny, you said neither of them discovered, we were talking the other time, and I said something. Some of the reasons why a lot of women go into this kind of relationships is because of pressure. The pressure of family, friends, of someone who is old enough to have a man, and she's there all alone and all of that. So when anything comes her way, she takes it. Can you look at it from that angle?
Yes, if we look at it from that angle, it still takes us back to what I'm saying. If you're able to discover yourself and you know your focus and you know your purpose and you know where you're going, there's no way you will allow such pressure from either peers or from family or friends to influence you into what you are not ready for. So I agree with what you are saying, that we live in a world where we get so pressured by expectations from the external, I could use the word external forces, and we forget ourselves to ask ourselves, what do I really want? Are you listening to me?
Yes, I am.
We get carried away by that, and most often, because of the societal thing you're talking about, people succumb to trying to please people rather than understanding that they are the ones that are living the life and not the people that are putting them under pressure. Yes, all this pressure do exist. All of the nudging from father, mother, from aunties, uncles, and even people who are friends, they come up. For instance, to get to a place and the person is not even caring about what you're wearing, and he said, how is your husband? I think that is the most important thing to achieve in life. Or how is your wife? Okay? Not asking, how are you?
Okay, so you very valid point, Kenny. I'm also looking at it from another angle of let's look at it from the male angle. Did she do anything wrong? Let's even say put away the pressure thing. Did she do anything wrong in taking him in to her home? Because I listened to a contributor and she said she shouldn't have taken him into her home and all of that. What's your take?
I personally don't see anything wrong in, number one, you fell in love with somebody.
Yeah.
Both of you profess love to each other.
Yeah.
And you decide to move together. Either you move into the guy's house or the man's house. But as a Christian, I think the mistake she made was, number one, she did not get married to this man. They did not go through the regular counseling where most of them may have discovered whether they are ready or not. Are you listening?
Yes, I am.
So they did not get married. That's number one thing, which I think as a Christian, it is not allowed.
You are looking at it from the Christian angle, right?
I'm taking at it from that angle.
Yeah.
But if you want to take it from say you're looking at the secular these days when people believe that, you can just move in and be living lovers.
Yeah.
Yes, if you fell in love with yourself and you came together, looking at it from the humanity angle, it was a good thing coming together. You love yourself. Love is nothing that is bad, but when love and lust, you are not able to decipher whether it's true love or lust. There are such problems that we have seen now, emerge. I think rather than using the word lust, I think both of them were treading on the turf of lust. Okay?
Yeah.
And for that reason, there was suspicion. And once suspicion gets into a relationship, maybe in the course of their journey together, trust had been broken, at one point or the other. And when trust is broken, there's apprehension, there's suspicion, and the kind of things, it can get to being physical. And before you know what's happening, violence, it ensued in their own case, come up. So I think that number one, there was nothing wrong. The age thing, which most people have been saying, why taking a younger person? No, love and age. When the heart will not tell you who to fall in love with.
Yeah, love will not tell you when, where, and how it happened.
And how.
Yeah.
Yes. Your heart will not tell you. But most of the time, we are advised to be careful because they say loving eyes do not see.
Yeah.
And when you are in love, even if the entire world is telling you this person is wrong, you are the last person to see.
Yes, true.
You understand what I'm saying?
Because I do.
You are head over heels over this person. So you are not seeing the faults, you are not seeing the mistakes because
you're the red flags.
They say that you're loving blindly. The way let's use that cliche. So it's important. Like I said earlier, number one, discover yourself.
Yeah.
The man, woman, discover yourself.
All right,
Ken. Out whether you are ready to be a blessing to the other person.
Yeah.
Because God did not create us to get together and become liabilities to each other.
Yeah,
because in our capacity as a man, as a woman, you are endowed, you are blessed. There's something you are bringing to the table that will make the union, much, much better for success. One would chase 1,000. And when they come together as two that become one, they will chase 10,000. It's supposed to be a blessing rather than a curse.
Yeah. All right, Kenny. Thank you so much for your thoughts, and
thank you.
I hope to get your contribution next time again.
No problem.
All right. Thank you.
Well too.
All right. So, like the contributors have said, Kenny says nothing wrong with having a younger person as a partner, but the mistake was not consummating the relationship legally, from the Christian aspect. And Ikwo says she made a mistake by taking him into her home. I don't see anything wrong. She was in love, like Kenny said. When you're in love, you're blind to a lot of things. Ikwo mentioned the issue of her that she must have seen those red flags and all of that. Many times when you're in love, you do not, like Kenny said, you're the last person that would see the negatives of the person you love. It's not that you don't see them. For me, I just feel we tend to overlook such things. But my take is to the young, to the people like the young guy that was taken in. When someone takes you off the street and transforms you into a human being, the best thing is for you to become so obeying in the sense that you become really transformed to want to reciprocate that kind of love and do all you can to make it work. If you complained like what he told the policeman that she became abusive and was monitoring his calls and all of that. If you saw that it was getting too hot for you, all you needed to do was get out of the relationship. I don't think there's anything wrong in getting involved with meeting people on social media. I've heard stories of couples who are celebrating anniversaries now and they met on social media. They are happily married with kids and they are doing so well. So let's not count the ills of meeting a partner on social media. Like I said, as human beings, we are bound to make mistakes. And as we make choices in life, love is one of the inevitable choices we make. The thing is, they can either turn good or turn bad. You know, when it fades, it fades. But the thing is, when it's over, it's time to move on. It's painful that people are saying she shouldn't have taken a younger person. Like I told Kenny, there's so much pressure out there on being single. You have a lady in the house who is not yet married. All you keep talking about is, when is it going to happen? When is it going to happen? It's none of your business. Everyone would have, like if we have our choice, if we have the power to control our lives the way it should go, a lot of us will not be in the positions where we are. So when you see a single lady, like Kenny said, the first thing you should talk about is, you're looking so good. Not that the first question that should come out of your mouth is, how is your husband doing? You don't know if she's married. Or you see a woman who is married, the next thing that comes out of your mouth is, how are the kids doing? You don't know the place that question would hit. So it's so sad. It's so very sad that globalization, that is supposed to be something interesting, like the world has become a global village where on social media we meet people online and all of that. People are trying to give it the wrong name about not being a safe place to meet people. We network from different parts of this world, and we're bound to meet good and bad people. So let's not just blame the lady that she fell in love with someone, younger. I don't see anything wrong with that. It might be wrong for you, or might not be wrong for others. That she took him in. Perhaps he gave the lady the impression like he was really in love with her. And so those red flags of him using her were not seen. You know, many times it's the one outside who sees what's going on than the one who is love sponge. I don't know if you get it. The one who is involved in the relationship doesn't really see those red flags that you are seeing. All she sees, or all he sees, are love signs, not red flags, you know. So the take is, we will never know where, when, and how we get to fall in love. Let me take that again. When it comes to love, you never know when it will happen, where it will happen, and how it will happen. But then the prayer is, may we not find love in the wrong places. And so that has been the program Tango with Esther, the Queen of Talk, Stella Enea. If you're a new viewer, please kindly subscribe. And if you're an old viewer, thank you for being there. It's been a good time having this discussion with you. And thank you to all the two contributors. Like I said, when you're love sponge, you never see the red flags. But I pray that you get to see it from now on. Bye for now.